You know, guys, maybe this place isn't so bad after all. And I'm not saying it's the greatest either, because it sounded like even Sean thought it used to be pretty bad. But I'm hoping that maybe since he's been here, he's been trying to make it a better place. But he did want us to go around meeting as many people as we could. So I guess we might as well do that, and hopefully it should help us decide whether we like this place or not.
You call this a clean floor? Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was issued a defective cleansing unit.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Yes, sir.
Well, that guy seems like an asshole.
Subject
Doctor.
identified.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
Okay, now that I can agree with.
No argument here.
Nice to meet someone who isn't obsessed with replacing people with machines. I've been saying for years that we're too reliant on these synths, but nobody wants to listen. Maybe you can talk some sense into them. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here.
Alright, so I'm getting the feeling
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
that each of the factions, except for the Minutemen, are very similar to one of the others in one way, but also very different in another. Because it seems like both the Railroad and the Brotherhood hate the Institute, yet it seems like the Brotherhood wants to kill all the synthetics, and then the Railroad obviously wants to save them, and then take the Railroad and Institute, for instance. Both of them, you could say, are for, synthetics to be alive, but they really plan on using them in very different ways. I mean, even the Railroad wants to completely set them free. And then pretty much same thing goes for the Brotherhood and Institute. But yeah, I'm also trying to look around for that cure Virgil was talking about. So hopefully that's somewhere around here.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll
You
start
know
the
the
next
protocol,
trial.
sir.
The dosage will be
Authorized
much
personnel
larger this
only.
time, and the side effects.
Maybe
will
this guy
likely
might know
be
something
more
about it.
pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
You know what? Let's just get that done right now.
I'll pass along.
After what I've been through, a checkup is probably a good idea.
I should think so. Who knows what you might have been exposed to up there? How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up. We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready. Take care of yourself, so I don't have to. I honestly don't know.
Alright.
I suppose it's your
And I'm
job
pretty
to find
sure...
out. Now,
Didn't
hold
Virgil catch... I think it was called the FOV virus.
We're
Is it
all looking
true
forward to
food
working
supplement?
with you.
That is correct.
You're here. Glad you made it. That was my favorite one.
But yeah, I remember that thing from Fallout 3, and basically what it does is just turns them into super mutants.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't
I don't
kidding.
know.
You really are
Most
here.
of them have lasted
Well, all
long
right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If you ask
Fillmore.
me,
You can
they
think
were
of me
built
as the
pretty well.
Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
In the end, I'd have to say it was just me hoping to find my son.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. Although, just to clarify, what do you mean?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Okay. How about the power needs?
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that.
All right, well, it sounds like they're pretty damn efficient to
I'm ready
me.
to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Oh, these are the Gen 3s?
Hey,
Thanks again.
Of course. Hello.
You know, I do have one question that she didn't answer. And that's why the hell did they throw out Nick Valentine? Because out of all the synthetics we've seen, he's got to be the coolest by far. But before we head on inside there, the bioscience lab it looks like, should we be checking out, I guess, some of these other things? Looks like there might be 2 more places on this level, but also a couple upstairs as well. And like I mentioned, we should be on the lookout for that cure. Seems like most of this space is just for, I guess, the residents. So I'm not even sure we should be in this part.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Yeah, these are all just bedrooms, aren't they? Pretty nice ones, though, to say the least. But yeah, it looks like there might be a person, I think, somewhere above us. Not sure if we can actually get up there, though. Oh, we'd have to take the elevator, wouldn't we? Alright, so maybe we'll go down a floor, or however many it takes, and check out that one room. But I gotta say, I'm having a really tough time deciding who I'm gonna join. I can say one I've almost completely ruled out is the Brotherhood of Steel. I just don't care for their views at all. But if one of you guys could make a good case defending why they would be a decent choice, I'd love to hear it. Because I just can't see
She's been at it for over 2
anything
hours.
good about what they're doing.
What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
excuse me, doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Wait a minute. Is this Dr. Lee from Fallout 3? Yeah, I remember her back from Rivet City. I'm pretty sure this might be the same person. But, what are you working on?
What is it you're working on?
Advanced Systems Special Projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Alright, well, I'm not saying no to that.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Okay, well, I do have a couple more questions. Tell me, how's everything going?
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Alright. Everyone here is awfully quiet. Or not really quiet, but they definitely like to keep to themselves. It's probably the best way to put it. Okay, we cannot go in there. Got scared for a second. I thought those were laser beams that would saw us in half or something. That would not have been a pleasant sight. Oh, speaking of laser beams, is this... Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like a shooting range. But I'm pretty sure that should be everything in here.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Unless this guy wants to talk.
Since you're new here, you should take time to learn our safety procedures. And the sooner the better. Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
Alright, so tell me about these rules.
How many rules are we talking about here?
Not nearly enough, if you ask me. I had some handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting one to you.
Okay, sounds fine to me.
Sounds good.
Take care, then.
Now, like we did when we first came in contact with the Brotherhood, or at least when we saw him once the Pridwin came in,
Good to see
I do want to try and keep an open mind about these guys, because it seems like we've really been, I'd say, pre-exposed to just hearing nothing but bad stuff about him.
Nothing to report, sir.
Feels like this project has been going on for months.
And now that we're here, I really
Hello.
am not seeing a whole lot of bad stuff about him.
With me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No, not at all. But I gotta ask, why don't you trust me?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Okay, tell me about him.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Does that really matter?
Why does it matter?
If there is some defect in Courser combat programming, then it must be identified and corrected. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
Yeah, to be honest, when I fought it, all I did was point and shoot. It was tough, though. I'll give you that. But what is this reclamation process?
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
Carry on, sir.
Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the Brotherhood in this game feels a lot like the Enclave from Fallout 3.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
And then the Institute seems kind of like how the Brotherhood was in New Vegas. Because back in that game, they were very secluded. And they never really came out of their bunkers. But yeah, overall, it's really kind of weird to see how a lot of the roles change. Because the Brotherhood used to be very open and out there before New Vegas. And then they went into hiding, and it seems like they're back now. So I guess they're kind of how they once were. And then the Institute, like Sean told us, used to actually come out and try to help the Commonwealth. But he did say that didn't really work out too well. Okay, so what exactly is this place? I forgot to check the sign before we came in. Seems like it's a lot of storage. That's for sure. But I wonder, does that mean that maybe the cure's around here somewhere?
Nice.
Yeah, I can't help but get the feeling that maybe it might be. Maybe not, though. It seems like so far it's just a lot of basic parts. So maybe we ought to find whoever we're supposed to talk to and then get on out of here.
Sweet.
Wait a second. It said this was the FEV lab, didn't it? Yeah, for some reason I thought the virus was called the FOV. But no, this is it here. So does this mean the Institute is at fault for that virus?
That's it.
Man, that is really kind of crazy. You know, maybe this is not a good sign, but we should probably keep in mind that, like Sean said, this may have been a while ago. Yeah, I guess we might as well ask him about this. If we get the chance, that is. But as I mentioned, this is the virus Virgil had, so maybe that means
there we go.
We're one step closer to finding that cure. Alright, we should be in. And just in case there's any more, we might as well deactivate those. Yeah, the cure's gotta be around here somewhere. Hopefully it doesn't expire, though. Because it seems like maybe this place has been out of order for quite a while. Oh yeah, that's probably not good, is it? Alright, that wasn't so bad. Wonder why that thing was still down here, though. 'Cause like that one doctor told us, they don't let in too many outsiders. So I wonder if that was there to keep it a secret even from some of their own members? Or if it was just one final safety measure to keep this place hidden from the outside world. Hopefully we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, I didn't even notice that thing up there.
Got it.
Okay, I gotta ask. What's up with all the cat meat? Why the heck are those things down here?
That's it.
Yeah, look it, there's another one right there. Wait a minute. Yao Guai meat on a super mutant? That seems a bit weird. I wonder if maybe they were testing out different forms of mutations alongside other types as well. So maybe they were seeing how the mutants would react when put in, I guess, the same room as the cat. Or Yao Guai, for that matter. I'm sure that must have been why they were together.
That's it.
Okay, once again, let's see if we can get this thing open. And then, should be safe to assume all the turrets are down. Okay, if that cure is not in here, I'm not sure where the hell we should look.